Hello, my name is Dr. Gregory Reese with Condrey and Associates, a human resources consulting firm. I'm here to talk to you today about completing the position questionnaire, an important component in the classification and compensation study that we are conducting for your organization. The position questionnaire, or PQ as we call it, may look a little intimidating at first, but I promise you that completing it is not nearly as difficult as it may at first appear. I'm going to take the next few minutes to provide you with all the information you need to complete the position questionnaire easily and efficiently. The PQ is important for a lot of different reasons, and it is key to the timing and success of our study. First of all, the PQ is critical to the success of the salary survey. When we survey other organizations and ask them to provide us with salary data, we want to make sure we're comparing actual jobs to actual jobs and not just job titles to job titles. The information you give us in the position questionnaire will help us be successful at this. Secondly, the position questionnaire is important for the development of new job descriptions. It is the information that you include in the position questionnaire that will serve as the foundation of these new descriptions. And finally, the position questionnaire is the central tool used in the classification of jobs. The questionnaire was especially developed to capture certain aspects and features of jobs that will allow our analysts to properly classify them. To understand the jobs in your organization, we want to go to the experts. And when it comes to your job, you are the expert. The PQ is designed to gather information about your job. We believe that you are the person best qualified to provide us with complete and reliable information about your job. The PQ can be completed by individuals or in groups, as long as everyone in the group is performing the same job. If completed in a group, please include the names and other information for everyone who participated. You might want to simply attach a cover sheet for each individual who worked on the position questionnaire. Of course, if you want to complete your own PQ, even if you are part of a group in which everyone is performing the same job, you can. The PQ is available in both paper and electronic versions, so that you may complete it in either pen and ink or on the computer. If you complete the electronic version on the computer, we ask that you please print it out and pass on a hard copy to your department head. Here are a few pointers to keep in mind before you begin the position questionnaire. We suggest that you read over the PQ and then set it aside for a few hours or maybe overnight. When you do return to complete the PQ, we suggest you do it in one sitting. It should only take a couple of hours. After you've completed it, walk away from it for a bit. Clear your mind. Then return to the PQ, read it over, make any changes, and then pass it on to your supervisor. In Section 1, we ask you to provide us with information about the major duties that are associated with your job. We want you to describe your job by providing us with a list of the major duties that you perform. Keep in mind, we're asking for the major duties associated with your position, not a list of the perhaps hundreds of individual tasks that you perform. You should take as much space as you need to give us complete answers, but keep in mind that 12 to 15 major duties are usually considered adequate. We also ask that you provide information to us about the order of importance and percentage of time devoted to each duty. We understand that this can sometimes be difficult, that jobs change from day to day and season to season. All we're asking is that you do your best to help us understand what you think are the most important part of your job and where you are spending most of your time. In Section 2, we are asking about the knowledge and skill that are required for an individual to perform your job successfully. One approach would be to review the major duties from Section 1. Then, for each major duty, think about what kinds of knowledge and skills someone needs to possess in order to perform those duties successfully. Also, please answer the questions concerning licenses, experience, and educational requirements. In Section 3, we ask that you answer some questions to help us understand your relationship with your supervisor. In Section 4, we ask you to help us understand the sorts of guidelines that you follow in your work. In Section 5, we're looking for information about the features of your job that make it complicated or difficult to perform. Questions in Section 6 help us to understand the scope and effect of your job, and help us to get at the big picture and to understand how your job fits into the work of the organization as a whole. In Sections 7 and 8, we want to know what sorts of people you have contact with on a regular basis. Don't provide the names of individuals, but rather job titles and career information about the sorts of people that you interact with. For example, instead of giving an individual name, you might say that you interact with bankers or attorneys or vendors. And then provide us some information to help us understand the purpose of those contacts. Sections 9 and 10 are checklists that help us to understand the physical demands of your job and the nature of your work environment. In Section 11, Supervisory and Management Responsibility, we ask that you list the names and titles of the people that you supervise and let us know whether you exercise direct or functional supervision. If you are the official supervisor and completing performance evaluations for the employee, then you are a direct supervisor. If you are an unofficial supervisor who provides direction in the field or serves as a lead worker, then you are a functional supervisor. In Section 12, we give you space to tell us anything else that you think we need to know about your job. When you have finished this section, then you can pass the PQ along to your supervisor. The next section is to be completed by the immediate supervisor, and as you do so, you should observe two essential cautions. First of all, under no circumstances should you change or alter the employee's entries. Supervisors are given ample space to provide additions or corrections to what the employee has entered. Secondly, we ask that you not make any statements about the employee's work performance. Keep in mind, the position questionnaire is meant to gather information about the job, not about the individual performing the job. We at Condrey and Associates appreciate you taking the time to complete the position questionnaire. In order for us to understand and properly analyze all the jobs in your organization, we need information directly from the experts on those jobs. By completing this position questionnaire, you are giving us that expert information. Thank you.